teachers, it's Gretchen here. I'm the creator of this page. I wanted to just have a place for you to come and ask questions and get guidance. I was a new teacher too, and I struggled and had lots of great mentors. Whether they were assigned to me or not, I reached out to them and they were a great help in those first few years. And so I want to give back now and do that for you. Answer whatever questions you might have. Nicole's also in this group. She's an expert educator, and so I'm glad to have her on board to help answer some questions. I think there's a few coaches in this group too who work specifically with new teachers, and so they're really excited to hear what your questions are so they can better perfect their craft and go back to their schools and help their new teachers. So welcome everybody. I did a poll recently about what you're struggling with, and differentiation is the main struggle that came up. So I wanted to pop in here really quickly, talk about that, and then in the comments, please leave whatever questions that are specific to your situation right now with differentiation in the classroom, and we can all chime in with suggestions and tips to get you on the right track. And try those next week. And then if they're not working, come back and we will keep brainstorming. This is going to be a good think tank throughout your first few years, and I'm just excited to have you here. So in terms of differentiation, there are 3 ways that you can do this. So the first way is content, the second way is process, and the third way is product. And you might have heard about this before, but I think what I need from y'all so I can better help you is which portion of differentiation are you struggling with? So with content, that means you're going to teach different things to different students based on their needs. So you may be working on main idea with one group of students and inferencing with another group of students. So that would be 2 different pieces of content. Now remember, with that, you still have to teach grade level appropriate content. So that could be your mini lesson, whatever the grade level specific objective or standard is. But then when you pull those small groups, that's when you're changing up the content. That's your differentiation. Now for process, you might allow some students, let's say math, to use manipulatives to practice their math facts. Or some students are just using paper pencil, some are utilizing their fingers, and some are just doing it by memorization. So that would be a different way that they are learning their math concepts through the process. And then there again is product. So that's where students are showcasing their learning, but they're doing it in a variety of ways. So maybe you're asking students to produce some sort of project and you have a rubric, and maybe a simplified rubric for some students that instead of a 5-minute oral presentation where they have to hit a certain number of points, maybe they do a 1-minute presentation where they have one major point to give. But they're still meeting the benchmark for the content to show you their depth of knowledge, but the actual product they're producing is different and unique to their ability as a student. And so again, differentiation is 3 different things. It's content, what you're teaching, it's process, how students are learning, and it's product, what they're actually producing. So in the comments, let me know which one of those are you struggling with. That way I can give you specific tips to that type of differentiation, and mention specific scenarios or learning disabilities you have in your classroom. And I think a lot of you may say you're struggling with organization of differentiation. You've got all these different skill levels. You're not sure how often to pull them, how to pull them, what you're working on, how to know what to work on, how often. And so you kind of need to set up systems and routines to differentiate, and that's totally okay. I want to make sure though, when I'm giving advice, I know more specifically of what you're asking for. So shout in the comments, are you talking about content, process, or product? And tell me exactly what's going on in your classroom, and we can all chime in and try and help you. I want you to have a great year. That's what this group is for. So the more you engage and interact, the better off you're going to be in the classroom for your students. Thank you again for being part of this group. I look forward to watching you grow. See you later.